In today's video, I'm going to bring you one of those products that comes with a wow effect right out of the box. It's sure to be something you'll see a lot of on the internet because it's going to go viral. I'm talking about it. The Tecbond Fabric Protector. Well, to start this video, I want to explain to you what Tecbond Fabric Protector is. It's an aerosol that creates a water-repellent layer on fabrics. And although it's a big, ugly word, you can rest assured that it's simpler than it sounds. What it does is create a kind of force field that will repel liquids in general, so in the event of an accident, you won't have to worry about stains on the fabric. And now that you know what the product is, you might be thinking, but where am I going to use it in my home? And look, the situations are as varied as possible. Let me give you an example. You know that family dinner where you bought that beautiful tablecloth for special occasions, and then you're having dinner and your brother-in-law arrives? It's always the brother-in-law, always him. Who's going to pick up a glass of juice, a glass of wine? He's going to spill it, and it's going to mark your tablecloth. But not if you have Tecbond's Fabric Protector, which is a product that prevents shine in the family. Or for athletes like me who love running and run in the rain, for example, I can protect my sneakers, right? Or you know that favorite corner of the sofa? Yes, it's your favorite corner, but sometimes it's also your dog's favorite corner. And he wants to show that he's in charge of the house, so he goes over there and demarcates that corner. Well, you can reverse this situation by protecting your favorite corner with Tecbond's Fabric Protector. And who has children at home? Children and juice in the car seat is a combination that almost never works out. Or it can, if you have Tecbond's Fabric Protector. In other words, there are many occasions when you can use the fabric protector, and I know that you who are watching me are probably already thinking about where you are going to apply this product in your home. Well, while you're thinking about where you're going to use our fabric protector, I'd like to take this time to highlight two very cool features of our product that are very important to you. The first is that once it's been applied and dried, you won't smell any kind of odor on the material you're going to apply it to. Yes. At the time of application, you will smell a little of the product's characteristic odor, which is why we recommend that you apply it in a ventilated environment. But once it has dried, you can rest assured that you won't see any trace of the product. I say any kind of trace because the second important feature is that it doesn't alter the color or characteristics of the fabric, of the place where you apply the product. In other words, you can rest assured that neither smells nor stains will be present in your life. I bet you like the product, don't you? Yeah, I know. Me too. I like this product a lot. But before you go off to do your test, I'm going to ask you to wait a little while because there are a few more features that are super important for me to share with you. It's worth paying special attention to the wefts, folks. We have two types of wefts. The more closed ones that you'll find, for example, like in jeans, meaning that when you look at the line of the fabric, you can't see any spaces between it, or you'll find more open weaves, like in your t-shirt or satin dress, for example, where when you look at the fabric, you can clearly see space between the line. And why is this characteristic important, my friends? It's important because the tighter the weave, the easier it is to protect your fabric, and the more open it is, the more challenging it is to protect it. But you don't have to worry, because we're going to give you tips on protecting all types of fabric here. So focus with me on the application of the more open weave. How do you do it, guys? It's super simple. Just apply a thin layer and wait between 15 and 20 minutes before repeating a second layer. And so you go on doing a second, a third, a fourth layer until you get the result you want. The more layers you apply, the more you'll protect those gaps between the weft and the fabric, which will give you the ultimate protection for your material. And this is good because I can give you another tip that is present on all Tecbond product packaging, whether it's glue or fabric protector, which is that before you apply the product to the entire surface, do a test on a small piece of fabric, on a small piece of the area where you're going to apply it, so that you can get a feel for the product's performance before applying it in general. Don't forget, before applying any product, you must test the application first. Oops! Well, it's time for the video, and I have to give you an important message, don't I? Well, because guys, this is the moment when I stop everything to tell you that our product is a fabric protector and not a waterproofing agent. It's important to point this out, because a fabric protector that you can apply yourself at home in a super practical way is recommended for those small everyday accidents, those spills, something that you're going to spill, but you're going to clean up quickly. It's very different from that waterproofing service where trained professionals professionals arrive, wearing NASA clothes, who take your sofa out of the house and do those long-lasting applications. It's quite different. What I mean is that if you spill grape juice on your sofa and don't clean it up immediately, leave it for too long, the volume is too great. Our fabric protector will protect it a little, but it won't give you the protection you're expecting. In this case, a waterproofing service is the most recommended. Making this clear here is very important for us to be able to align expectations with our product, okay? And guys, since we're not talking about a product for professional use, one point I'd like to stress to you is that from time to time, you'll need to reapply the product, okay? How often? For how long? It depends. And I'll give you a good example here to illustrate this. When you clean your sofa or wash your sneakers, you'll end up removing that protective layer, in which case you'll need to reapply the fabric protector in order to recover the protection. Or when you have a sofa that you get up and sit on a lot, or in a situation where there's a lot of friction, such as walking on a carpet a lot. In other words, anywhere you apply the fabric protector, but where there is a lot of friction and you accidentally remove the protective layer, in which case you'll need to apply our protector a little more often. In other words, the point of the video is that you need to reapply the protector from time to time to get the best performance from the product. And now that you know all about Tecbond's fabric protector, it's time for me to invite you to our lab, where I personally did some tests on fabrics with and without the protector, so you can see in practice the effect you'll get at home. Let's go. I told you it was impressive, didn't I? This is the kind of video we're going to keep sharing and watching over and over again, isn't it? But if you're like St. Thomas and only believe when you see it and put your hands on the product, I recommend that you go and buy the fabric protector, try it out, and let us know how it works in your home. I'm sure you'll help me spread the word about this Tecbond product. And if you like this content, click on the bell, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned to Tecbond's social networks, because I'll be back here soon with another product with a wow effect to share with you. Cheers and see you in the next video.